Hi, I'm Dr. Lenora Coleman, President and founder of Healing Our Village and Executive Director of Total Lifestyle Change. Welcome to our CDC-approved curriculum on preventing type 2 diabetes. This episode today is going to be called Get Enough Sleep. I know this is an area that I have issues with. I have problems falling asleep and staying asleep, and I know many of you out there also have that problem. In this session, we're going to focus on getting enough sleep to prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. We're going to talk about why it's important to get enough sleep, why sleep matters, and some of the challenges in getting enough sleep and ways to cope with those challenges. Again, some tips. Go to bed and get up at the same time each day. It helps your body get on schedule. That's a big one. And then follow a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. And as you know, every time we do a new episode, we want you to make a new action plan. Let's talk about Jenny. Jenny is like many of you out there. She's at risk of type 2 diabetes, and her doctor asked her the last time she saw him if she gets at least 7 hours of sleep a night. Jenny started laughing. She said, "Are you serious? I'm lucky if I get 5 hours of sleep." Jenny usually doesn't have much trouble falling asleep, but often she has to use the bathroom in the early morning, and this gets her thinking about all the things that she needs to do the next day. Plus, her husband breathes loud, and both of these things make it hard for Jenny to fall back to sleep. So she ends up lying awake for hours just thinking. Now, what did Jenny do to fix this? Well, nowadays, she drinks less water and avoids caffeine in the evening. She makes a list of things that she's going to do the next day, and then she sets that list aside. One of the things I found is that I can't slow down my thinking or slow down my mind because I'm going over all the things that I have to do or things that I'm worrying about. If I can get out a piece of paper and a pen and write those things down, it really helps me so that I don't feel like I have to remember the things because I know that I've written them down. So try that. That's a really good trick, and it really works for me. Jenny rarely needs to get up to use the bathroom nowadays because she's not drinking that water and she's avoiding the caffeine, and she breathes deeply to help herself get back to sleep. She also runs a fan to cover up the sound of her husband's breathing. So she's much closer now to getting 7 hours of sleep a night. So what I want you all to do in the group or here on the Zoom call is to take out a piece of paper and write down what things make it hard for you to get a good night's sleep so we can identify some of the problems that you may be having. So let's talk about some of these challenges with getting a good night's sleep. There are some common challenges, and there are some ways to cope with those challenges. So write down some of your own ideas on your worksheet in the column that says other ways to cope. And then we want you to start checking off your list to see which one of these things work best for you. So let's talk about challenge 1. I stay up too late trying to get everything done. All right, so the way you can cope with that is plan ahead, so that you can finish up earlier in the day and you don't have all these things that are taking a long time for you to be able to get done. Maybe you can just save some of the tasks to the next day, or maybe ask some of your friends or your family actually to help you get things done. And make a list of things to do the next day or the day after, and then set that aside, and when you get up in the morning, pick up that list and get going again. Maybe you're having the challenge of being too hot or too cold. Well, you can turn up the heat or turn down the heat or open up a window, whatever makes it more comfortable for you to sleep. Dress for the weather, use the right bedding, and then take a warm or a cool bath. Sometimes that really helps you to be able to relax. So take a cool bath, a warm bath, or a cool or warm shower. Both of those may work. Maybe you have a bed partner that's restless or breathes loudly or even snores. Well, you can ask your partner to try to blow their nose before they go to bed. Keep a box of tissue right there on the side of the bed. If you ask your partner to sleep on their side instead of their back, then that usually helps with the snoring, so their side or their stomach. And you can ask your partner to actually go see their healthcare professional. There are things now, if they have sleep apnea, which means that they're not breathing fully during their nighttime sleeping, they can use a CPAP, which is a positive pressure oxygen machine, so that it will really help with their snoring. You know, it's important that you not snore. A lot of people don't know that snoring or sleep apnea is a major cause of death in a lot of people. So if you are a snorer, you need to go see your doctor to try to get some remedies for that. Let's talk about some other challenges. Let's say there's too much noise wherever you're living or where you're sleeping. Well, you can use earplugs, or you can turn on a fan or try to create some kind of white noise. You can play music, potentially really soft music. Some people use the sounds of the ocean to be able to help them go to sleep. Shut all your doors and your windows. And if you live with people in your home that have different sleeping hours than you do, just ask them to try to be quiet. If there's too much light in your room, you can get room dampening blinds or shades, and you can wear a sleep mask. If you get uncomfortable during the time that you're sleeping, you can get up, try to stretch, maybe get a mattress pad or pillow that you like. I know that I have one of those pillow top pads on my mattress. It really makes a huge difference. Let's say you might be thirsty at night. Well, have a drink at least 2 hours before you go to bed. And if you have to drink something, just take a few sips. And then if I keep getting up using the bathroom at night, again, avoiding the caffeine, avoiding the alcohol, and stop drinking again at least 2 hours before it's time for you to go to bed. Let's say you feel anxious, or you just feel like you can't go to sleep, you feel alert. Well, during the day, if you could try to go to bed at the same time every day, it's important for your body. Your body has something called your diurnal rhythm, and that is when your sort of body naturally wakes up and when your body naturally goes to bed and feels sleepy. A lot of times we actually work past our body's natural signals and we try to stay awake, or we wake up earlier than our body's ready for us to wake up. So if you can sort of figure out your diurnal rhythm and get on a schedule, it is so important, and try to go again to bed at the same time every day if you can. Avoid caffeine. If you smoke, quit. Avoid taking naps. A lot of you are tempted to take naps during the day. We want you to not do that. As much as you can, try to sleep during the night. Being active. You know, a lot of my patients actually do a little workout at night, and that helps them sort of get tired enough to be able to fall asleep. And then ask your healthcare provider if there are any medicines that you can take that will maybe help you get to sleep at night. There are some over-the-counter things like melatonin that are pretty safe. There are some other over-the-counter herbs that you can take, maybe some tea. A lot of people find that helps them fall asleep at night. Now, a couple of hours before your bedtime, you might want to avoid using the computer or cell phones and watch a TV program that doesn't really excite you. Avoid working and being super active during those evening hours, and follow a bedtime routine that helps sort of get you ready for bed, helps you wind down from your day. Reading a book for some folks really help them fall asleep at night. And then at bedtime, again, going to bed at the same time of day. Don't pressure yourself to fall asleep. Try to fall asleep naturally. And then if you don't think you're going to fall asleep soon, go ahead and get out of bed and do something relaxing for a while. And then try again to go to bed. There are certain things that you can do to try to unwind. So breathing deeply, dimming the lights in your bedroom, drinking herbal tea or warm milk, as I mentioned, listening to soothing music, read a soothing book, maybe sitting outside for a while, or again, that warm bath or shower. And you can sometimes write in a journal. That's a way to get the thoughts that are in your head out of your head. Whatever helps you to unwind, I want you to take a few moments and write them down, and then maybe discuss it with the group, things that help you to unwind at the end of the day. I want to thank you so much for your attention today. We hope you have enjoyed this segment called Get Enough Sleep to Prevent Type 2 Diabetes. For more information or the other modules to help you begin changing your lifestyle, you can go to www.hovhealth.com. Right there on the website, we have something called Pay for View and Video on Demand. Some of our modules are right there for you to use. And if you have questions, you can always feel free to call Healing Our Village at 800-788-0941. Thanks again.